Hey guys, I know it's been I think it's been a while since I did a video, but basically I just wanted to do this video talking about achievements and trophies. And before I go into the video, I guess a channel update, if you will. Because of my living arrangements, it's hard for me to do videos. Basically, like there's so many people running around the house, and just I can't. I don't know. I need time for I need time where I'm the only one down in the basement, so. Yeah, I don't know. It would just be kind of embarrassing and awkward to be, talking to myself, and they'd kind of wonder, what the hell's going on? But I guess I could do that. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I haven't been putting out as many videos. Other than that, I've been pretty busy too. I've basically been looking for another job. This one I have is not working out too great, so I'm basically been going around town looking for another job. I don't know. It's just been pretty busy. So before I start this video talking about, I guess, achievements and trophies, I guess just three pickups. I haven't been picking up many games lately. Well, for one, a lack of funds, and I don't know. I don't know. I just haven't been picking up many games. I did go to EB Games not actually just a couple hours ago. They having some kind of spring sale or something. There's a couple of games that have gone down in price, like to drastic levels, pretty much. Like you'll see how cheap these games are, but. I don't know if that's like a Canada only thing that they're doing these particular games. Only from the games I've seen, only these two are worth it. But the first game is Pilot Rings Resort, and as you can see there, I don't know if you can see that, $2.99, which is I still got to take the stickers off this, but launch title for the 3DS. It looked really fun. I didn't pick it up when I got my 3DS, and I did get it on launch day actually. I ended up picking up Super Monkey Ball. That was the only launch title that looked worth the price to me. But for $3, I mean, what the hell, right? And then this game does look fun for that price. And I've heard this is a really fun game too. So I picked up Pilot Rings Resort. And the other cheap game is Glory of Heracles, I think it's called. I've heard mixed things on this game. I've heard it's not the greatest. It's basically, it's like a typical JRPG. I don't know, it looks like it maybe has like a turn-based battle system and you use the stylus to do some attacks or whatnot. I haven't looked up too much into this game, but I've heard mixed things. But, I mean, for $3, any RPG I'll pick up for like $3. Other than that, the rest of the stuff was kind of junk. They had Knight's Contract on the 360 for like, I think it was like 99 cents. But I mean, that game, like, if I bought that, I know 99 cents is nothing, but I wouldn't play that. Like, that game's like just a glorified escort mission, basically. The last game I picked up was not on sale, but I had to buy this game. Everyone's been talking about this game. It's just, everyone's been saying how amazing this game is, and I love the first two games, so I had to get BioShock Infinite, and after I've done this video here, I'm just going to be hopping right onto this game. I can't wait to dive into this. But yeah, I had to pick up BioShock Infinite. There's other new releases that have come out that I really want to get, and when I get some more money, I probably will. Tomb Raider looks amazing. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance looks awesome. There's just a bunch of games. We've got Pandora's Tower and Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers coming out on the 15th, I think it is, of April. Then there's The Last of Us, and just, I don't know, there's so many great games coming out this year. But anyways, picked up those three, so just wanted to go over brief pickups before I get into this, the main topic of this video, which is achievements and trophies. So, achievements and trophies. Now, achievements and trophies are kind of this new thing that's come in this generation of gaming, starting with achievements when the 360 came out. Now, I guess, to put it, I guess achievements really, I think basically you're in one of two camps. You can be in the middle. I've certainly met some people that are in the middle. You know, there are people that are obsessed over achievements and trophies. Like, they will play, like, the most terrible games just to get their gamer score up or to get certain achievements. It's likewise with trophies. Certain people might prefer trophies over achievements. Me, myself, I don't go for trophies on the PS3, but I do go for achievements. I'll actually start with my history when it comes to achievements and trophies. And first, I guess the two camps. You've got basically, that camp that just loves them, that's obsessed with them, and there can be problems with that. And I don't know, you have these two camps, right? You have that camp Then you have the people that just despise achievements and trophies whatsoever. They think they add nothing to the game. They couldn't care less, and they actually even get mad at people that do go for them. And then you've got, you know, a different spots in the middle. I'd say, me personally, when it comes to trophies, I could care less. Now, the reason for that is the fact that they came out later, and I just recently got a PS3, and I've spent a lot of time on the 360. I got that system really early, and immediately the achievements just really impressed me. I remember looking at the achievements when I first played the first game on it, which was Prey, and I remember it was so addictive to go for those achievements. And you had your gamer score, and you could, you know, boost that up, and it's just this nice sense of progress that I like to see. And like, you know, 5 years into it, looking at my gamer score and just looking down my list of games I've played over the years, it's fun to do, and it's really fun to compare achievements too with like-minded people that go for them. So I kind of, I don't know, I've always loved achievements, and I still do, but because I've been playing so many different other consoles and games now, I've slowed down on the achievements. The 360, actually, that was the only system I owned for quite a while, so when I would get a game, I'd exhaust it. I'd try to go for as many achievements as possible, and I did some really stupid things, and I'm going to go over that a bit later. Like, some of the things I did back in the day, I'm ashamed of, and I'll tell you what those things are. The trophies, I don't go for them too much because I'm kind of invested in the achievements at this point, and it's trophies can extend the replay value of a game by quite a bit, which is good. But sometimes, if you really want to go for these trophies and achievements, you'll be playing these games for hours and hours and not get to any new games. So on PS3, most of the time I don't go for trophies. Sometimes I do if I really love the game, but most of the time I don't. On the other hand, though, with the 360, I do tend to go for the achievements. Though there's different with achievements. You know, you either like going for all the achievements in certain games and kind of having this completion rate, that's the kind of thing I like. I like to have a good completion rate. But there's some people that just like to get that, you know, get their gamer score up high, like up towards 1 million. Me, I personally don't care too much about, you know, the gamer score being like 1 million or 500,000 or anything like that. I just like seeing the progress I make in certain games and trying to go for the really tricky achievements. The achievements really can create a wide variety of discussion too. You know, whether you're talking about if you like them or not, or certain achievements in certain games. Like, certain games have awful achievements. Me personally, as far as achievements go, I love single player achievements. I hate collectible achievements and multiplayer achievements. Collectible achievements mainly because, I don't know, I get frustrated whenever I have to use a guide to play through a game, and if you're going for collectible achievements, most of the time you're going to have to be having a laptop open beside you or reading a guide, and that just, to me, that breaks the immersion of the game. Like, I just get pulled out of the game if I have to go to a laptop and read out how to progress through a certain section or where certain collectibles are. So those achievements have always pissed me off, and they find their ways into like every single game. And multiplayer achievements, quite simply because they require an extreme time investment, and I'm not big into multiplayer. A co-op is fun from every now and again, but in terms of competitive multiplayer, I could care less. I don't, honestly, I've reached the point where I think I'm done with competitive multiplayer. I don't know, my interest is just, it's gone. So yeah, achievements, basically, I love them because they extend the replay value of a game for me. I'll always go for that elusive 1,000 out of 1,000. Now, granted, one other thing I don't like is I don't know if I've mentioned this in a video, but I'm just not a fan of DLC, whether it be single player or multiplayer, unless it's free. Because honestly, from what I've seen, I've paid for some downloadable content. It's never worth it. It just never adds anything worthwhile for me. I just, you know, that money I spent on that DLC, I'd rather put towards another game, right? And a lot of achievements are tied with DLC, and that's kind of a frustrating thing, because for me, I'm kind of OCD with completion rates, and if a game has DLC and you don't buy it and get the achievements in it, but you get the 1,000 in the you get that original 1,000. It doesn't count as you completing the game, which I think that's utter bullshit. But yeah, achievements have kind of, I guess, taken the place of high scores, and it's just fun to compare things. Oh, another thing with the trophies, another reason why I don't really like them too much. Again, with the PSN network, if you want to check your trophies, it takes fucking forever. It's like you're waiting through all these loading screens and loading bars just to look at your trophies. There's no real great way to compare trophies with other people. I don't know, until they improve the whole PlayStation Network, until they improve it, which with looks like they're doing that with the PS4, but that's another turnoff for me why I don't really go for trophies. But achievements, on the other hand, it's, Xbox Live is a great service. Yeah, you have to pay for it, but the way it's all set up is excellent, and it's really fun at comparing achievements. Now, I'm going to talk about the things I used to do as someone that was pretty obsessed with achievements. So this was like 3-4 years ago at this point. Now, the first thing I do, which thank God I don't do this anymore, is buy mediocre or average games just to get achievements, just to boost my gamer score. Now, this is something a lot of people do, but with crappy games. Like, people will buy, I think the big one is Avatar, the game Avatar: The Last Airbender on the 360. You can get the 1,000 in that game in like 2 minutes by just rapidly pressing A. So people would either rent or buy this game just to get that 1,000. Thankfully, I never stooped that low. I didn't I didn't ever do that. But there's also people that will, they'll buy games like Happy Feet, Barbie Horse Adventures, these random kids games that are just terrible games, and they'll play them. They'll put in like 8 hours just to get the 1,000, just to have another game to get their Rookie Boot gamer score higher. And it's just like, that is just like, I've never understood that. Why people do that. It's baffling to me. It's like, that 8 hours, you could spend that on a great game. But I shouldn't talk too much smack, because I used to do this with like mediocre games. Like, for instance, a good example is Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Actually, I was never interested in that game. Right from the beginning, that game just didn't look appealing to me at all. And what did I do? I went and bought it anyways for 20 bucks, because I thought in my head, hey, whatever, I can get achievements. And of course I played through the game, and I hated it. I hated that game. Another example is the Saboteur, which I know a lot of people do like that game. I wasn't feeling it, but I pushed on just to get those achievements. And I used to do this. I used to buy these kind of mediocre or just above average games I didn't really have too much of an interest in, just to get those achievements. And thank God I stopped doing that. But it's one of those things that I look back on, I really kick myself in the ass for doing that. Another thing with achievements is, and this is with multiplayer achievements, if you're pretty obsessed with achievements, you might have done this at one point in time, and that is a thing called boosting. Boosting for achievements. And you basically use a site, well, at least I used a site called True Achievements, where you kind of set a meeting time. It can be a couple hours, where you get a group of people and you boost in multiplayer to get achievements. Now, what this boils down to is doing repetitive actions over and over and over again. Like in multiplayer games, like everybody rushes to a center area of the map and one person kills all the other people, and then you take turns doing this, and to get like an achievement that might be like kill 10,000 people or anything like that. And I honestly, there's people that do this. There's people that will set up these sessions and do this. And yeah, I guess you can talk to each other about achievements, but it is the most monotonous thing in the world. And I did this once. I did this for Gears of War 2 or 3, I think. I don't remember which game. A Gears of War game, I did this. I went to the boosting session. I was pretty obsessed with achievements. And I remember that. I remember that session so well, because it was like 3 hours of just the most monotonous shit. And I think 2 hours into it, I started thinking, like, why the fuck am I doing this? What am I doing? Look at myself. I'm sitting here. This isn't even playing a video game. This is just, what am I doing? And that was, I think, the point where it hit me, where I was like, this needs to stop. This obsession with achievements, it needs to stop. And from that point on, pretty much, it did. From then on, I basically only bought games that really interested me. And I'd go for achievements, but if achievement was too out of my reach or took too much time, I would say, fuck it, I'm not going for it. And that's kind of the same how I am today. Granted, I don't play my Xbox 360 as much, because there's just way too many games on other consoles that I'd rather play or want to be playing, but There was a time where I was just, I don't know, I was in this obsessive zone, and it just, a lot of the things I did back then, I kind of regret. Um, but yeah, what are your thoughts on achievements and trophies? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Yeah, but that's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.